morning. Welcome to my bathroom. We're gonna do a little get ready and we're going to talk about just like self-care. I feel like it's really important to be able to put yourself together every single day. And I think at this stage of life, it's very easy to just neglect yourself. And that's where we start to feel horrible. Our skin starts to look terrible. We feel like we're aging even faster than we probably already are. I figured it was a good way to kind of ease into today. Let's get started. First thing that I kind of start with in the morning, sometimes I do a toner, sometimes I don't. It honestly depends on how greasy I guess I feel or I am. I mostly do it, and this one, I'll have everything linked down below because it just would take too long to go over every single product. If you see anything and you're like, I want to start incorporating that into my day-to-day. I am combination skin, so sometimes I can just get super oily, and like, you know, as you get older, your pores are getting bigger, which is very frustrating. First thing is we're gonna do some niacinamide. So I just do like one squeeze and I just really get in there. Now I don't do like gua sha or any of that kind of stuff, but in the morning, I'm a little bit like rougher, I guess, with my skincare, especially if I'm putting on like a lotion, which in the summer, I don't really put lotions on because it's so hot and my skin is usually really hydrated that I just use the niacinamide and I kind of just pull back. I think it's good just to like move the skin around and just, you know, get the blood flowing again. Next, I'm gonna do my milky toner, and there's so many different types of kind of milky toners. But again, this one, I'm really gonna get into here and just like rub this area a little bit to kind of like wake it up, especially in the winter when your sinuses or you're all stuffed up or whatever. I just love to do it. I feel like it just kind of wakes up my skin. And then I'll go down into like my neck. And again, just really moving the skin around. It kind of just like wakes you up and it just feels good. I'll tell you, when I feel like my skin looks the best, my makeup looks the best, it's when I really just take the time to do like these little steps. I feel like one of the things that just hurts your confidence level when you hit 40, how quickly things change, and there's so many changes that are happening aside from just like your skin and how dry everything feels all of a sudden. It's like, my hair's gotten dry, there's like weight gain, then you feel bloated. There's just so many things that happen the minute you hit 40. So I think it's important to like have these conversations. That way we don't feel like we're the only ones going through this. No, every woman over 40 is going through it. I think you can feel and still look your best. Like, I've always wanted to age gracefully, but you gotta take the time to like do some self-care. It just makes you feel like you're the priority right now. So we're gonna do sunscreen. This is the one that I'm using right now that I love. The thing with the skin prep too that I used to hate because I would just rush, because again, we're over 40, we've got kids, we've got responsibilities, we gotta get off to work. It's just, I would rush this whole process. You really have to do this step and let it like just sit for a minute. And like, I would just always rush and like immediately start putting my makeup on, and I would either look like a grease monkey, I would start pilling, which means like my skincare or my makeup is like pilling, like it's coming together, and it just, that is really annoying, especially when you're trying to like rush to get ready in the morning and that happens and you gotta kind of start all over. This is usually when I'll go like make my tea or start checking my emails, and I'll kind of like start my morning work routine. And I just let this sit for a little bit. Welcome to my beauty office, she shed, she shack, whatever it's called. Woman cave. Every woman deserves a little space to herself so she can just decompress. Majority of the products that I use every single day are clean products. They're not toxic, or there's no bad anything in them. But this foundation is so good. It's by Wet n Wild. It's the Dewy Photo Focus. It's just, it is really on another level. And just like taking care of your skin, like throughout the year, I do microneedling, I do chemical peels, I do hydrofacials, I do a lot of lasers to get rid of my melasma that I've started to get in my like cheek area and up in my forehead, which I really never ever had before, which is nice, which is fun. It's fun. So I'll make like bigger investments. But again, even if you don't have the money to like go and spend a couple $1,000s every year or season, you can really use skincare products. Like you can really use a lot of products that will help it. Yeah, it won't happen as quickly as microneedling or something like that, but you just taking care of your skin, I think, is so important as we age, because we want to look good. Like, we don't want to look old, and we already don't feel like ourselves. We just want to feel rested and put together, because not every morning you're going to wake up and feel absolutely beautiful or amazing, or like you can tackle the world, or like this is going to work out for you. There are just some mornings that we all wake up and we feel defeated, and we feel tired, and we feel exhausted, and we feel like it's going to be a crappy day, or we're going through something really hard. Always been a very big person on feeding your mind, because I just think it's a necessary part of not just self-care, but your mental health. Something that I've been doing also that I think has really helped my makeup is I put my concealer on last, but I don't really conceal under my eyes until the very end, and I'm going to show you why. In that area, less is more. I don't tend to get really puffy, but I do have, really bad dark circles, and I don't want to color correct and then put on a bunch of concealer. So I tried to stay away from that area. And so these are the areas that I kind of brighten. I do put concealer on my eyelids, which some people say don't do it. Some people say do what works for you. Okay. I've done it forever. I like the way it looks, so I'm going to do it. Now I'm going in with a little beauty sponge, and we're just going to blend that in. I feel like this is going to be like an old school length video. It's going to be like a little longer than I typically do, but we're going to talk about like why we're doing certain things, and also, have a chat. How are you guys? Actually, I have been really in the comments. I mean, I always am, especially right after I post a video, but even like throughout the week. And I feel like, I don't know, ever since I kind of announced that I'm going to start incorporating different things, I feel like it was like water to someone who's desperately thirsty. Like, you guys were so supportive. I was kind of nervous about doing it because I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna not talk about narcissism for once, or being in a toxic relationship. You've been here for a while, and most of you have, if not all of you. At least I feel like people that really follow me at least have been with me for 2 years, if not the very beginning. So comment down below, like, how long have you been watching these videos, like been watching me? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for all of your support. But I do feel like we all get to a phase where we're kind of over that. Like, I've been divorced for 10 years. That phase of my life, even though I'm still co-parenting and I still have moments, or I still have, baggage that I've gone through, wounds that come up, they don't come up as much now, but they do. And healing and wounds, they ebb and flow. There are some years where they're kind of dormant and they don't really come up and bug you. And then there are some years, for whatever the reason is, they interfere with your life, to be honest with you. So I think like working on yourself, and that's what really this is turning into now. Not that I never talked about working on yourself, obviously I always did, but I think the focus has always been on the other person. And don't get me wrong, I think learning about other people and personalities, it's huge. It gives you validation, it gives you an understanding, it helps you in so many ways. But at the end of the day, when the relationship is gone, when the person's gone, when you're by yourself, you have to learn how to be able to be okay with yourself and love yourself and feel confident in yourself. And it gets harder and harder, I think, as you go through difficult things and as you transition into different phases of life. So we're gonna do a little bronzer now. And I'm gonna go a little heavy with it because, again, I'm gonna be filming. Whenever I film, it's so annoying because I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I have a lot of makeup on. And then I film and it like completely goes away. So I kind of have to almost do it like I'm doing like a photo shoot, which I really need to do some photos soon. I feel like I haven't done them in a really long time, but it's so funny how business and social media has just changed over the years. It's just like not the same as it used to be. And I'm such a millennial. Like, I sound like a millennial when I say this because I miss it. Like, I miss the old days of Instagram and YouTube. I have the best people following me, even like new people. Like, I can't even tell, I can count on one hand the amount of DMs or messages or comments that I've gotten over the years that are just, I wouldn't even say, they're not even like not nice. It's just like, why say that? Like, okay, thank you. I don't know where that came from. They weren't nasty at all. Like, I know some people get some nasty comments, but I don't. All right, Essence. This is another really clean product and it's super affordable. We're gonna do a little eyeshadow, and honestly, I use the same palette every single day. It's Wet n Wild. I got it actually before a wedding one weekend in Newport. I'm not a huge eyeshadow person. Like, I don't do different colors. So something that I'm trying to do this year, and we can all help each other because I feel like we all need to hear this, is I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit with just certain things. So I'm not hugely into accessories and I want to start venturing out. I wear the same studs that I've been wearing since I was pretty much like in high school probably, and I'm 44. I don't know, I just feel weird wearing anything else. And eyeshadow. I mean, I don't want to be doing like a full smoky, but I don't know. Every now and then when I film, like, why not, right? You can get a little glammed up, that's okay. I'm gonna pause you for a minute and do my eyebrows because we know that this requires patience. You just have to have patience with the process because the eyebrows get messed up, then it's not a good day, I will tell you. I do feel like my days get a little bit better when the eyebrows look absolutely amazing all day. Right now we're going to powder. Again, I'll link everything down below if you guys are interested, but this is the L'Oreal powder, and I really do, it sounds crazy, but I do like right under my nose for some reason. This area just gets so oily. So I go a little heavier like around my nose and on my chin, and again on my forehead, because this is just the area. There we go. If that's like looking a little matte, I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. We're gonna put on a little lip gloss. This one's by NYX. I really have to vet into glosses because like this one looks pretty on me and I wear it pretty much every single day. I either wear this or I wear the Kosas. I think it's called Baby Rose. So we're gonna wipe all that stuff away. We're gonna put a tiny, so whatever I have excess here, I do bring under my eyes just to kind of get rid of any shine from any skincare or what have you. And then I'll even like just go in here and just blend. You're just blending everything together. Who cares? It's all gonna mesh into one. So the very last thing, so now you can see, like, I didn't even put any concealer on and it doesn't look bad at all. So this is something that has really helped my under eye area not look so cakey because I'm not like putting on a ton of anything. I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So all I'm doing is I'm literally just going right gently over the dark areas right there and tiny bit in the corner just to like hide that discoloration, and that's it. I go back in with the Real Techniques brush that I used that had that tiny bit of powder on it, and I'm just like dabbing. I love doing my concealer like this because you just don't need a lot. And I would just put on so much concealer and it just looked horrible. Like, that looks so good. And when I tell you, there's literally nothing right here. So I will do a tiny bit of foundation, like whatever's here. I'll bring it up a little bit just to obviously like make it all flow, but that's it. Like, that's it. And that works. If it's a little shiny whatsoever, when I get in the car, I might like powder like gently, but there you have it. We're gonna curl these lashes, and you have to curl them. I don't care if they're stubby. Mine are actually really long. I will say I was blessed with like long lashes. Sorry about that. Annie was barking at the door because I was here, so crazy dog. My lashes get so long that I honestly have to trim them because they will just like touch the top of my eyelid. It's pretty intense sometimes. So I love this mascara. And I know everyone's like, I love this product. I would never say I love a product without actually really loving it and using it all the time, because why lie? It just seems weird. Not every product is amazing. But this one I love because you can keep going over and over your lashes with the mascara and it doesn't clump. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes if you start doing a couple coats, you can't really still get in there. And this one, you can actually get in there. I'm telling you, it's because it's a clean product. I'm telling you, it's e.l.f. extender, lash extender. It's like this one. See what I mean? Like, I can just keep going and it's going to the root and it's just not clumping and thickening and just getting all ugh. Like, do you see that? Look, I can even go back in this one and it's still letting me go right through it. My God, this is crazy. Like, that's insane. And I don't like clumps, so That's crazy. Anyways, I have no idea what I was just talking about. Perimenopause. All right, that's usually at the end when you have to take a step back. You know, you got to take a step back, like everything in life, and just reassess. How are we doing? Where are we at? Sometimes I really got to comb through the brows to like soften them a little bit because they can get a little cray. So of course, like every single day, the blush is gone, pretty much. So we're gonna just get a little ham with it. This is the side, like I love this side. No filter, my God, it's crazy. This side is not my friend. I don't know why. She just doesn't want to cooperate as much. I mean, she's okay, but this side is just, All right, we're good. I think I am going to powder just like a tiny bit under my eyes. When I say tiny, I mean legit tiny. Hair in my eyelash. Like I'm talking like just dab tiny. There's pretty much nothing on this brush. Just, there we go. All right. Thank you guys for joining me, having a little chat. I don't even know. I feel like these get readies are just gonna be like random chats about things that are just like going on. Just like have fun, right? Take care of yourself. You deserve it. You're doing an amazing job. And hopefully we're taking some time to just like relax and ease into the day a little bit. I hope you guys are well. Remember to focus on yourself. If you're interested in any of the products, I'll link them down below along with coaching and like all the things. Take care, enjoy your weekend, your week, and be good to yourself. Dive into some self-talk. Just be nice to yourself. All right, I hope you guys are well. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.